morning, wrestling fans. Today is Sunday, July 16th, 2023. And the big Pro Wrestling Saturday that I've been talking about all last week is now in the books. Hopefully, well, I'm guessing probably a lot of people, if anybody, probably didn't listen to 360 Wrestling Fanatic Live, but it finally happened after Impact Slammiversary and then AEW Saturday Collision and Battle of the Belt 7, and then I tried to find a little bit and check up on what happened on the G1 and Triple Mania. So after all that, finally went live last night. And so I apologize if you did listen to it, if I sounded very tired and not full of energy. Even though I normally probably don't sound like I'm full of energy anyway, but definitely wasn't last night, or this morning I should say, since it was more early Sunday morning. But I thought, great night of pro wrestling, Slammiversary, great pay-per-view, had some very good wrestling on the show, and the tag match, we saw a return to Impact Wrestling, which I'm guessing one night only, because I haven't, unless I missed something, but I haven't heard anything about him being released from his WWE contract or anything. EY Showtime Eric Young was Scott D'Amore's mystery partner to take the place of PCO, and he looked good last night. We got a Canadian Destroyer from Scott D'Amore, which was no surprise, the inventor of the move, and EY hit the elbow drop from the top rope to get the win. And he wasn't the only member of Team Canada to show up last night. In the front row was the big man A1, who didn't really have a long wrestling career, but he was a part of TNA, Team Canada, around 2005, 2006. And then after Team Canada split up, it kind of just, I don't know if I would say like went downhill, but didn't do much after Team Canada. And I think Team Canada is kind of one of the underrated factions, actually, that doesn't really get as much of attention as it deserves. And the talent that was in there, Petey Williams, Bobby Roode, Eric Young, and A1, but especially, also Johnny Devine. Also at the time when you had Bobby Roode and Eric Young as the NWA World Tag Team Champions, and Petey Williams at one time had a long run as the X Division Champion. And of course you had Scott D'Amore, or Coach D'Amore at the time, ringside with the Canadian flag on a hockey stick. They were a great heel faction, actually. They feud with America's Most Wanted for the tag titles. Petey Williams feuded with AJ Styles and Chris Sabin over the X Division title. And I remember they even made this Team Canada t-shirt at one time. Probably very hard to find now, but it was a red one and it had the TNA logo on it. But instead it's a TNA with an EH at the end. I thought that was a great idea for a shirt. Also last night, Slammiversary. Unfortunately, one half of the Motor City Machine Guns, Chris Sabin losing the X Division Championship to Lio Rush in only a minute 21 seconds. And I'm not quite sure if there is a reason behind why having this match so short. Was it a time issue or something else? I thought they would have gotten at least 10 minutes to have this match, but it could have been maybe a timing thing to keep it so short. And in case you missed it last night, Chris Sabin, his entrance, got on the apron and then Lio Rush kicked him off before he could get into the ring and hit his head at the bottom of the ramp. And the medical at ringside checked him out, wanted to stop the match, but Sabin got in the ring. Lio Rush attacked him right away, even before he could take his jacket off, and then getting the win for the X Division title. So new X Division champion Lio Rush. I know there was some discussion about maybe having Sabin, or online I should say, but with fans there was discussion about maybe they would have Chris Sabin hold on to the title until Bound for Glory, and then at that time use option C and cash that in for a world title shot against Alex Shelley at Bound for Glory, and have the Motor City Machine Guns face off against each other in a world title match on the biggest Impact show of the year, which I think that would be definitely very interesting to see. But who knows? Bound for Glory is not till October. They could have Sabin get the title back before then, and if they keep the title on Shelley, you never know, that could be a possibility. And also, last night I introduced the new rating system, I guess you could call it ring bells, because like I said, for a while I've been trying to think of something to use for matches and shows, and I didn't want to just do stars like everybody else does, and I'm definitely not as good as Dave Meltzer. So I wanted to come up with my own thing. Pro Wrestling Illustrated has the suplexes, so I just wanted to come up with something, and finally I decided on ring bells. And I know last night was just the first time doing it, but I went and forgot for a few matches, so not off to a great start with that, but hopefully as I start doing it more, we'll get better. Also, last night, speaking of the ring bell rating system, Collision, the finals of the Owen Hart Foundation tournament, Willow Nightingale defeating Ruby Soho to win on the women's side of the tournament, and Absolute Ricky Starks defeating CM Punk with his one hand having a hold of the bottom rope. So it looks like a heel turn again for Ricky Starks, because like I said, after the match we saw the legendary Jushin Thunder Liger make his way onto the stage. He just took the trophy from him, then Liger offered a handshake, and Starks just ignored it and walked to the back. So it kind of looks like we could be seeing another heel Ricky Starks, which he works good as a heel, but I kind of think they should keep him as a babyface a little longer. Who knows? That's just me, though. And also on Collision, right off the bat, the first 5 ring bells out of 5. Boom. FTR versus Bullet Club Gold. 2 out of 3 falls for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. BCG getting the first fall, and then FTR coming back, getting 2 straight. Great match. I would say, in my opinion, definitely match of the year candidate. We'll have to see at the end of this year what else happens, but at least definitely be in the consideration for match of the year. Definitely, I know it's only been maybe 5 weeks now, but definitely the best match that has been on Collision so far. And great match, and can't say enough about it. In case for some reason you missed that match, definitely you should go back and check that out. Fantastic match. And like I said, the first match get 5 out of 5 ring bells. And that's all for just one more thing, actually. And if you're interested, tonight on A&E, no new Slammin' Saturday, Superstar Sunday, but there are reruns of WWE Rivals that will be on tonight. Like I said, if you're interested in watching. And that's all for this episode 360. Good morning, wrestling fans. And hope to have more new episodes of 360 Wrestling Fanatic coming at you. But we'll have a new episode of GMWF tomorrow for the Monday episode. Hope everyone enjoyed all the wrestling yesterday. Have a great Sunday. Until tomorrow for GMWF, have a great pro wrestling day.